your favorite team in the Bay Area. I guess corporate's making us do this live. So we're live on YouTube right now. I can't see it like the people that are watching. Like you see like people, I guess that's all JD's in. So hopefully you can yell at JD. We'll also be putting this out as a regular podcast tomorrow in your feed. But we're going to break down the trade deadline. I don't know why we're doing this at noon, not noon 30, because as we know, there will be trades that come in for the next hour. The Sharks made two,
three.
Why does it feel like there's more? There's three, right? I forgot about Cogliano.
We're
going to talk about the three trades and then the trades that haven't happened yet that hopefully happen while we're here.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius. Back with me, as always, is co-host JD. The depth AHL move for the third line forward. Speaking of depth, well, no, let's start with the good trade. So
yeah,
it was a good one.
The people want, yes.
The people got what they want. I don't know. The people need to relax. Jake Middleton was found money. So Jake Middleton was traded to Minnesota for Kaapo Kahkonen, who plays goalie, and a 5th-round pick. That 5th-round pick is actually the one San Jose sent to Minnesota for the Devin Dubnyk trade. So it's a closed loop scenario. Find
someone who loves trading goalies to each other, like the Sharks and the Wild, because they love it.
Because Alex Stalock was also a Wild,
yes.
which is good. So first take is that, okay, Jake Middleton, we've come to love and know him, but he was literally superstar. He was our superstar, homegrown superstar. He was literally found money. He was like 10th on the depth chart coming into the season. This was basically his last shot at making the NHL. He's 26. Well, last shot was San Jose. He's 26. Really came out of nowhere. Nothing. It also helped that he probably got to play with revitalized Erik Karlsson for a large chunk of that revitalization. So when you're sitting on found money like this, what do you do with it? You turn it into more money. You invest. You can't build around Jake Middleton. Sorry, everyone.
There's 1,000 Jake Middletons out there. You can go find a.
They did it last year.
Yes,
they had Knejov.
Yes, you can go find 1,000 Jake Middletons out there. I mean, but somebody's gonna have to grow a stash because that stash will be yes. I mean this. I thought this was a great trade for the Sharks where Kaapo Kahkonen, he's had a little bit of an up and down kind of this year. But, he's a highly touted prospect. I think he was a 4th-round pick, in, what was it, 2014 or something like that. But he won AHL Goalie of the Year when he was at the Iowa Wild. And it's just like, this is taking another swing on a goalie is until you find one. I think you just keep doing it type thing. And so now you have Reimer's still on the team right now. We're still waiting for a potential trade. But now you have Hill, you've got Kaapo Kahkonen, you've got Sawchenko, who's proved, pretty well. You got Goodrow in the pipeline. You have Big Chungus in Denver. Like you actually have a legitimate goaltending pipeline right now.
Yeah.
Which is something we couldn't say.
You couldn't say 3 days ago. Take Reimer out of it because he's not going to be on the team past next year. He's older, right? I like that they went out and got a 25-year-old goalie who has shown he's massive, but he's also pretty athletic. He's shown some stuff in the past. I think he won AHL Goaltender of the Year with the Iowa Wild, I believe. Yep. He's not bad. He just had a down year this year. So I like the swing on that. And they got a 5th back, which is what you want. Yes. At the end of the day, you're just collecting assets and trying to build something forward. I would like to see Hill Kahkonen be the tandem going forward, and then if Hill is still hurt, play Sawchenko and Kahkonen. Don't worry about. I guess if Reimer's still on the team, I don't understand why Reimer's still on the team right now. Edmonton
Again,
and
so people are in our comments right now. Like, it takes a little while for the NHL uses a notoriously slow the fax machine, et cetera, et cetera. So they could still be dealt, and the trades are just coming out right now. So like we could by the time we finish,
Raquel just got traded to the Pens.
Yeah. So like by the time we finish recording, they might still be processing trades right now. So just because Reimer's on the team this minute at 12:06 p.m. doesn't mean he might be on the team here in an hour or whatever.
Oh, 100%. I just figured as soon as they got Kahkonen, you just fire up that trade machine. Maybe he wants Reimer because he's got the extra year. Maybe that's holding teams back. We don't know. But I think the process and the return was good for Middleton. Pierre found money. I mean, the fifth round pick is literally better than what he was. He was the last pick of the 7th round. It's only up from there. So I wouldn't worry about building around a guy like Jake Middleton. They had a Knizhov last year. They have a Middleton this year. These kind of middle guys kind of come out of everywhere all the time. Mm-hmm. He just was awesome because he was a fan favorite. So Kahkonen will be meeting San Jose in Calgary. Hopefully he plays. I really hope we don't see Reimer just munching starts down the line. Like that would be dumb. We don't. Yeah. There's no point. Like that's the thing about the Reimer trade that hasn't happened yet is, and also JD and I are on our phones, so please don't yell at us because we're trying to keep track of the trades. Don't. Raquel got traded for a prospect and a pick. Weird. Don't play Reimer. Like you literally don't need to play Reimer anymore. I mean, you're gonna play him because he's a veteran, but that's why I think trading him would have made sense. Like Edmonton's gagging for it. They need a goalie. The Leafs
literally they tried to pull the old switcheroo here, and and like, hey, we're just gonna slide do the waivers and hope to get it back. And God bless the Coyotes for picking him up, and now they have nobody. So but yeah, before we continue with the rest of the Sharks trades, we're gonna talk about Cogliano getting traded for a 15-year-old child right now, and whatever the Sharks just did with Nick Merkley. Kyle, we need to take a break and talk about our friends over at Gambling.
Gambler.
We
need a Gambler graphic. I don't know if you can bet on NHL trades, but March Madness is here, and so you can definitely bet on that. Go do some gambling on St. Peter's 15 seed, the third one ever into the Sweet 16. Probably not going to be a good bet going forward, but you can probably get some pretty solid odds. Auburn's out. Kentucky's out. Or Kansas, one of the two. I don't really watch college basketball. Gonzaga's still in. Don't bet on them. The odds will be bad. But college basketball tournament is in full swing. And you can get all the latest odds, contests, and player props because betonline.net is the #1 source for all your sports betting needs and info. BetOnline remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. It's not just college basketball. There's regular basketball. Still got hockey. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sporting wagering information needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino game. Or like Polish 2 or like footy. I don't know. Just go check it out. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. So Andrew Cogliano got traded for a 5th in 2024 to Colorado. The child is 15 years old right now.
They're in algebra. He's in algebra 2 right now. Just got
traded. There's like a ripple, and like their hair stands up in the back of the neck. Be like, oh, that was weird. Something happened. It doesn't matter. Andrew Cogliano was a vet who doesn't do much besides kill penalties and doesn't provide offense on a team that's not making the playoffs. Teams like Colorado want this kind of guy all the time. You just trade him for whatever he wants. And it's good. It's always good. It's always good practice as a team to do right by your veteran players. So sending him to a contender, the best team in the league, is good for everybody
Florida
else.
Panthers has a word to say to you. But anyway. But yeah, no, sending him away. Yeah.
That's Max Domi might be going to the Hurricanes. Interesting.
And the Hurricanes just signed
Code Kanyemi for 8 years. See, friends, it can always be worse. It can always be worse. No, the Cogliano deal is whatever. I'm glad they got something for him. If they would have got a 7th, I would have been happy. It's moving out a guy. I think the bigger implication here, not so much is the pick, but the 5th is nice. Is that now you free up a spot for Leonard, Gregor, Reedy, Halgevox, whomever. I'm assuming Joachim Blofeld is just never playing on the Sharks again.
Nick Merkley.
Not Nick Merkley. Nick Merkley got traded to the Rangers for Anthony Boteto. Sharks might have another small deal to announce.
Who's that from?
Okay, hold on.
Pierre just retweeted.
Yeah, so
James Reimer stayed put, was not traded by the Sharks. Sharks didn't want to move him, but teams were calling. Stayed put.
What the hell?
What
the hell are you trying to? What the hell are you going to do with James Reimer? I don't.
That's interesting. I'm actually kind of surprised because, especially after making the big Kahkonen trade, I guess their Hill's maybe not ready. Maybe he's hurt, and they're just gonna put him on ice for the rest of the season. And then you go into the offseason and you trade Reimer in the offseason. This is a bit of a head scratcher to me. So I'm, and it's like I know Reimer's played really well this year, but he's 34, and I'm worried about, especially the amount of miles they put him on this year, that he's not gonna be able to have that sustained play for next year. So I wouldn't be surprised if at the trade, like if the offseason, if the Sharks trade Reimer and then you go with Hill, you go with the Hill Kaapo Kahkonen duo into next year. So, or maybe they're just out on Hill after this year, but that would be a really bad trade if they're out on Hill.
I just don't get it. Teams were calling. Like, I just don't understand.
Especially with what we saw, the other,
so this season is lost. They're not making the playoffs, everybody.
Under 1%.
Do not listen to whatever Bugner says or the management says. They're not making the playoffs this year. It's literally basically impossible. I guess they're keeping him to go on a playoff run next year as the guy. That would be the only.
I think they trade him in the offseason. You see how the goalie market shakes out, and then you're kind of, what free agent goalies do what, and then you can trade him in the offseason. So, because then it's just 1 year left on his contract, and and see what. Yeah, that's what I would expect. But you could have.
Why would you just trade him now? You get more value out of two deadline moves than a summer move.
I'm just, unless, but the other thing too, like unless Hill's done for the season, type of thing. So, and they didn't.
Yeah, but even then, you traded for Stalock a minute ago. So then now you've got Kahkonen, Sawchenko, Stalock, technically Melnichuk. Like that's a lot of goalies for a team that's not going anywhere.
So many goalies. They're looking at the Stars and like, hey, I want to do what they're doing and just keep getting goalies. So
I do. There's no roster limit after today, and Adin Hill is currently injured, but it does look like the Sharks will carry 3 goalies if when all 3 are healthy. Reimer, Kahkonen, and Hill. All 3 are under contract through next season. They have so many goalies. One of them is going to have to go in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
But why wouldn't you just trade one now?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty disappointing, to be honest, because you could have a team like Toronto, which is desperate for a goalie. You could have, yeah.
And also this means that Sawchenko is never showing up to the NHL again.
That's fine. He needs
work, but it was fun to have him do stuff and see what he got.
Yeah, he'll be fine down with the Barracuda the rest of the year as they make their playoff push down there. So
it's just confusing because if Reimer wins you, there's 19 games left, 20 games left,
something like that. Yeah.
If Reimer wins you 8-9 games, 7 games, you're just hurting yourself.
Yeah, in the long run.
So do you think this means that Hill is gone in the offseason?
I don't know, because then that's a terrible trade if you get Hill 1 year of Hill for a second round pick, and then
1 year. What do you mean? It's been like 20 games, not even
1 year. So, I don't know. I still think Reimer would be the one to go, but it's tough. It is tough, right? This is a tough look for the Sharks right now. So, yeah, I would have traded Reimer. I think you could have gotten, but yeah.
I think this means Hill will probably be shut down for the season, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I mean, because he's been fighting it all year and stuff. So, yeah, I don't think we see Hill again this year. They probably let him try to get back to 100% and then go into next year with Hill / Kaapo and then see what you can get with Reimer. I still think Reimer is probably the guy to trade in the offseason, but.
Well, yeah, he's the oldest.
Yeah.
He's the guy to trade right now. They just traded.
I know. What do you want me to do?
Let's talk about cars.
All right. Do you think this is going to be the worst transition? Do you think Kaapo, is he going to just drive to Calgary? Got to make sure his car is all set? Maybe. Got to, make sure all of his parts are all up to date. That's where he needs to check out rockauto.com. He's still in that ELC contract, so he's got to save some money. That's where rockauto.com comes in. There's so many cars of so many makes and models, and there's a bajillion car parts. What type of Mustang do you have? Does your Mustang go broom, 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 like Noah Gregor? You go up to the person at the counter, you tell them what type of car they have, and he just kind of stares at you and asks you a bajillion questions. You don't need to do that. You have a computer in your pocket. You have a computer at home. You can go access rockauto.com. You save time and money when using Rock Auto. So why choose to spend up to 30, 50, even 100% more on the same parts from a chain store or car dealership? Example, Honda Odyssey fuel pump is $353 from a chain store, $216 from rockauto.com. They're a family business serving do-it-yourselfers for over 20 years. Kyle famously likes to do it himself. And Rock Auto prices are reliable for every customer. They have everything you need: brake parts, tail lamps, motor oil, even new carpet. So head over to rockauto.com. See all the parts available for your car or truck, right? Locked on in their How'd You Hear About Us box. That way they know that we sent you. Amazing selection, reliable low prices, all the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com. All right.
I don't so confused right now.
Yeah, this one's a little confusing, especially because you could have really struck with the irons hot. With James Reimer's had an incredible season. I know he's not 100%, but you could have really struck with that while the iron's hot, and then tried to get real pieces for that.
Well, like you said, you're playing with fire. If he's not that great heading into next season, you kind of shot yourself in the foot. A, because you're going to be bad, and then B, because you can't give him to anybody.
Yep.
The other trade that San Jose did was moving Nick Merkley for Anthony Bitetto, who I thought was Anthony Greco. If Anthony Bitetto ever steps foot for the San Jose Sharks in the San Jose Sharks uniform, we have all failed collectively as a human species. He's not very good.
No, he's not.
He's awful. I just don't understand, why did the organization hate Nick Merkley?
Too many Merkley.
How many people are watching on YouTube?
We're at 56 people watching right now.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's like 50 more than I thought was going to happen. Do they ask us stuff in the comments?
Yeah, we've had.
All
right.
Hit us with some questions. Hold on. I'm going to tie up Anthony Bitetto here. Okay. Anthony Bitetto has played 227 AHL games over 8 years. He's got 94 points. I don't think offense is his thing. He has played 197 NHL games over 7 years. He has 31 points. He's like my age. He's 31. I think he's an 89 actually. Or he's a 90. So he turns 32 in July. He played his junior teams with a team named New York Apple Corps. And then the Indiana Ice, and then Northeastern University, and then the Admirals, Cyclones, Admirals, Predators, Wild, Jets, Rangers, Wolfpack, now Gouda. He's a left-handed D. I guess they needed to replace Middleton, but they have so many left-handed D to replace Middleton with.
Everyone's like, we can't replace Middleton. Yes, you can.
Vlasic and Šimek. are in the lineup. Give me Hataka. Give me Knyzhov.
Yeah, Knyzhov.
No, Knyzhov is dead for season, FYI.
Knyzhov, yeah. But like going into next year, and then if you want to sign, you can just go find a vet minimum guy who can play. Yeah, like they're everywhere.
Magna's also a left too, I think, right?
Yeah, he's also Mosh is right. So
the one righty.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like whatever, plus, yeah, I'd rather you're going to have some fun pieces coming up for the Sharks anyway with the left-handed defenseman. So
we just don't need to see a 31, almost 32-year-old defenseman who doesn't do anything. Okay, hit us with some questions.
Okay. Who is Anthony Potato? We just answered that. The Merkley shall not assimilate with the mother club. Wheels or doors? I don't know.
Wheels. It's the stupidest thing. There's like what 10 doors in a house, and there's like wheels and everything. Like there's wheels in your dishwasher. People just don't think.
I'm missing something here.
It's because you're old and don't.
I'm an
hang
old
out on social media. You are an old. Anyway.
Yeah. Do we think they're souring on Hill already and are basically planning to swap Hill for Kaapo? This makes no sense at all.
I think so. I think that might be the right track. It's definitely either. Well, because if immediately after you said that they're going to trade Reimer in the offseason, and I agreed, I'm immediately backtracking on that as I think about it here.
Yeah, you think they just toast on Adin Hill and then
because if they were thinking they don't need Reimer this year, so there's no point in having him. So why not get rid of him? So I think they're going to try to use, because obviously Hertl re-signed and he thinks the core is good, and we're getting Timo resurgence, Erik Karlsson resurgence. So Reimer would be your 1A and lead the charge for a playoff push next year. That's definitely the thinking that they're going for, is that Reimer can lead a playoff charge next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kahkonen can be the backup probably.
Yeah.
I think that's the likely scenario. And then Hill's gone.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, yeah. Let's see. Do y'all think Bob Bugner is done for this season?
Done what? Like coaching? No.
Yeah. With the Sharks.
I highly doubt they fire him.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Maybe in the summer, but he can just be like, oh, there was COVID and look at all the injuries. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it. We're going to dig into that in the offseason.
Yes. Summoning Salt asks, why are Reimer, Bonino, Nieto, Barabanov still on the team? We just went through Reimer. Bonino and Nieto were dangled, but they do both have 1 year left on their contracts. I don't think teams wanted to commit to them, especially if you're paying, Bonino, I think it's got like a $2 million deal, and Nieto sells $1 million going into next year. So teams didn't want to commit to that going into next year. I think they'd rather have the kind of clean cap sheet. So for guys who are probably fourth line guys for you on a cup contending team. So Barabanov, I guess they're going to maybe try to re-sign him this offseason or let him walk or something and try to figure it out. So, so that's why they are still on the team.
I'm working my sources for this trade.
Okay.
By the sources, I mean tweeting. Actually, we do have a real source for real news that's going to happen soon.
Hopefully. We're working on it. Barabanov, Hertl, Eklund line next year?
Barabanov, Hertl. Oh, yeah, please. Please give that to me. I mean, the ultimate wet dream is Meyer, Hertl, Eklund. That's what I want, but I don't think they'll do that.
No, too much.
There's too much going on there.
What do you think of Barabanov's future is? I think they try to re-sign him now.
Well, if they didn't trade him now, they might as well.
Yeah.
He probably could have commanded a lot. Look at what our Terry Lehkonen got. Terry Lekkonen's better, but look at what some of these other middle guys got. I mean, Cogliano got a fifth. Barabanov's like 3 times the player. That's like a second right there.
Mm-hmm.
I just think if you don't move Barabanov at this deadline, then you're definitely trying to re-sign him. And I bet in the summertime we'll see some hard negotiations, because he wanted the $3 million, 3 years, $4 million per.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
I think we see like 2 by 3.5.
Yeah,
I think there'll be a hard negotiation, and they'll try to get him signed for smaller than that. It's probably their hope that in the summertime they can come back to him and sign. Is he an RFA? Is he a UFA?
No, he's a UFA.
Ugh.
Yep.
If they let him go for nothing,
that is bad process. So
that would be horrendous. Also, why didn't the Sharks launder any cap? God damn it.
I know. I was a little surprised by that as well. But there wasn't any like the big deals, really.
Yeah, there was no laundering.
There wasn't any cap to launder. So
this is true.
Yes.
Where is this small trade, Curtis?
They're definitely trying to make the playoffs. Yeah. We're going to have the road to the playoffs. We're going to probably do a multi-episode, like the road to the playoffs, where we look at what the Sharks need to do.
Yo, shout out to all of our fans because we're all psychopaths. Locked On Mothership just tweeted a screenshot of like all the shows. We have 61 people watching, or we did at the time of this screenshot. The next highest is 15. The brand,
the content boys.
The brand.
It's strong.
I'm gonna tweet something smug.
So, so we will definitely spend some time in we'll have the road to the playoff series, as we're going to call it, where we, look at what the Sharks need to do this offseason to get back to the playoffs. So,
this person, hold on. Is it Bonino?
Did Bonino just get traded? We're supposed to be getting out of here soon.
I know. No, this person, I forgot which count I was on. Damn it. Also, somebody's in our mentions all day telling us the trade deadline was bad. Jake DeBrusk stayed in Boston. Where is this small deal, Curtis? We want it so bad. We have 3 minutes until we're out of here. Do we still have 61 people watching?
66. Execute order 66.
Yes, we're gonna kill younglings. That's the greatest scene, by the way, when he walks in and they're like, Master Skywalker, there's too many of us. What do we do? In his little Scottish accent. And then he just the lightsaber comes out. Oh man, it's so good. It's just like honestly, it was the perfect way to make him like evil, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, just murdering children.
I wish I could do a better Scottish accent. That little kid. There's too many of them.
Yeah, I mean the Sharks are going to be plenty of time to kind of rebuild the Sharks in the offseason. So
somebody just said Arizona is not a concern. They play home games in a college arena, which is the funniest part. Also, the person that's been chirping us all day, bro, Arizona is in the different division. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Where's this trade?
Oh well.
This podcast is going to be insufferable for people that didn't watch live and are just going to fire it up tomorrow. Did we get any last minute questions?
Quick recap. So one, we both love the Kaapo Kahkonen trade, turning Jake Middleton, who has found money, into Kaapo Kahkonen, who we think can be a very good goalie. Cogliano, good by the Sharks to get anything for him, and good, that's good process by a team to kind of, treat your veterans well and, make sure they have a chance to go win a cup somewheres. And then a 5th round pick, who's that 15-year-old child is in math class right now. That pick, you can use that as ammunition later on or whatever. Like that's fine. You're just adding to your stockpile. We both don't like the Nick Merkley trade. We both liked Nick Merkley a lot.
Well, he got 7 games, and then there like, nah, just kidding.
We're good. Yeah, too many Merkleys on the team. So we both we not a fan of that. And then we are both upset that they didn't trade Reimer and that there's something more happening here. So whether Hill's probably done for the season, and that the Sharks are, and then there's going to be some movement in the goaltending this off season. So Kyle, let's get out of here.
Follow us at Locked On Sharks, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You know that we're active and we will engage with all of you shitheels. We love it. You can watch us like 70. Do we crack 70?
No, 66. So
nice, perfect. If you'd like to come watch us make Simpsons jokes and Star Wars jokes, you can do that. Locked On Sharks. You can listen to us Amazon, Spotify, Apple. Locked On Sharks. Email lockedonsharks@gmail.com. There's emails piling up and I just refuse to open it. Then you can follow JD at My Fry Hole.
Kyle is at Kyle Demetrius. When you're done watching us, go check out the Locked On Fantasy show, which is going to go through bigger trade, the whole kind of trade deadline. So go check them out and see what's going on over there. Go check out any of the other amazing podcasts on the Locked On Network, such as
Locked On Colts. Actually, no, don't check out Locked On Colts because they're too close to our social media kingdom.
You can watch, just don't interact.
Don't interact. Just look at them from afar.
Bye, friends.
Anthony Potato is not Anthony Greco.